Learn why you're getting no inflation increases in your Survivor annuity. Welcome everyone to another edition of Highball Advisors Railroad Retirement Whiteboard. My name is John McNamara of Highball Advisors, and today we're going to talk about the Survivor annuity. I'm a big, I like to plan for the worst, I guess. I don't know. I'm still an optimist though. But however, talking about the Survivor annuity, right? Very important piece of estate planning, really beneficial to the surviving spouse of a railroader, having that annuity there, okay, in case something unfortunate happens to you. However, they've worked it in a way that you really need to think about it from a financial planning perspective here. So it affects the amounts that come every year, or well, 12 times a year, but it's not going to be increasing for 6 or 7 years. And let me just walk you through this. A little in the weeds, but it's important, right? Knowing you got to know what always got to know what your retirement income is. Okay, so it's called the widow's initial minimum amount, WIMA, I guess, WIMA, I don't know, but that's what it is. Okay, so in 2002, the original Survivor annuity was 100% of the Tier 1, and then only 50% of the Tier 2. That was pre-2002, right? So right now, you get 100% of Tier 1 and 100% of Tier 2 of a Survivor annuity for a railroader, okay? If something happens to the railroader, the spouse is left with that, okay? However, pre that, it was only 50%. So that's nice, they've increased it, but with all good things, there's a catch. All right, so what happens is that number that you get now does not move into inflation until the original pre-2002 calculation, as it keeps getting added inflation, reaches that initial amount of the current amount. So let me walk you through it. It's kind of, like I said, it gets a little tricky here, but it takes like 6 or 7 years before that number actually moves. So let's say it's the year 2000, all right? And a railroader has $2,000 in Tier 1 and $1,000 in Tier 2, right? So that's $3,000, okay? Something unfortunate happens to the railroader passes away. A Survivor annuity is now in play, okay? So the Survivor annuity in the year 2000 would be the $2,000 for Tier 1, okay, and the $500, right, 50% on the Tier 2. All right, so now the railroader would get $2,500, okay, and what happens is that number would get a cost of living adjustment, right, cost of living adjustment. But let me just take a step back. In today's environment, right, you would get $3,000, okay? So let's just say, let's fast forward to 2023, you would get $3,000. So what happens is the Railroad Retirement Board is going to take this $2,500 number, okay, and add the cost of living adjustment every year, cost of living, cost of living, cost of living, until it hits the 3,000 number. And then once you hit the 3,000 number, then it's going to move up. Okay, so you're always going to get the $3,000, right? So it's 2023 right now. You're going to get the $3,000, but it's always going to stay at $3,000 until this number, right, the pre-2002 number here gets to $3,000. Then you'll get the cost of living adjustment. I hope I explained that properly. So this is going to take almost 7 years for this to keep moving up, depending upon what inflation is. So obviously if inflation moves is higher, which we really don't want, to be honest with you, then you'll get your cost of living adjustment sooner. But if inflation's at like 2% or something like that, it returns back to kind of what we perceive as normal, it's going to take a while for that to actually move. So the point I want to say there is that's why the Survivor annuity amounts aren't moving as much, and that's why you have to plan for that, all right? So feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions about this. If you're concerned about your Survivor annuity benefits inside your overall financial plan, you're at or near railroad retirement, reach out to me. We'll go through this in the Boarding for Railroad Retirement process to help you walk through that. It's a really great process that I do for prospective clients who are at or near retirement. Really good stuff. So click on the notification bell to get the latest video. And until next time, everyone, please stay safe, stay on track, take care. So long, everybody. Bye.